Alrighty, today I have to change the timing belt. It snapped on me, so I gotta put a new one in. I have to remove this cover to do that. So I gotta remove the crank pulley and the belt, and then I can remove the cover. Once I have the cover off, I should be able to put the new belt in. Hope I can align it right. Hope I can see the freaking timing marks. I'm also gonna try to get the water pump pulley off. I sprayed it with PB. I'm gonna take the bolts off, try cranking the engine with the pulley on, but bolts off, and see if that'll pop the pulley off. It's kind of ground on there pretty good. And I've also got a hell of an oil leak, so it's a good thing I'm changing my crank and cam seals. Because as you can see under here, it's covered in oil. I mean, it's just like, ugh, oil everywhere. So I'm guessing it's coming from here. And let's go from there. Here's the crank pulley. And let's see if I can show you inside here. Gotta get those bolts off so that we can change the pulley, or pull the pulley off and get the timing belt off. That'll allow me to get the cover off. And I'm going to leave the cover off for now, since I got to change the rest of the parts this coming week, and go from there. More to come. Alright, turns out you need a 10mm wrench to get these off. So I'm going to pop these little buggers off with a 10mm wrench. And then try to pop start the engine and see if that gets my pulley loose. Oh, flung it. And there's our bolts. So our pulley is now disconnected. And it looks like this is part of the hub. And this is the actual pulley, so it stops here. So I hit that with PB, and now I'm going to spin the engine over and see if it comes loose. The camera propped up, and now I'm going to spin the engine over and see what happens. And of course, it's not enough. Wonderful. I was kind of hoping that would pop it off. I have to try another way. I'm going to have someone else spin the engine, and I'm going to try to pop the pulley off. Just little bursts. Go ahead. Go ahead. A little longer. Crank it for a second. Got it. And there, the pulley's off. Yay. Yeah, it was just rusted on there. Sweet. Belt. A nice catch. And the pain in the ass pulley that didn't want to come off. It's off now.
And you guys were beating the hell out of it.
Okay. The bolts on the crank are giving me a hard time. I keep turning the wrench off of them when I try to crank them off. Even with the car in gear. So I'm afraid I'm going to damage the heads. So I'm going to try lowering the engine. They're 8mm bolts, by the way. So I'm going to try lowering the engine by using a 14mm bolt to release this. But first I'm going to support the oil pan, like either Bad Ben or Bog said to do. Go from there, see what happens. Okay. Let's get a support underneath the rag. I've already got a dent in my oil pan from something. No idea what. Not too worried about it. Engine has a little bit of support now. And now I will try removing the bolts holding that on. So I can try lowering the engine a little bit. If I turn the wheel too, give me a little better access. Maybe I can push on it and keep it from turning the bolt off. And it looks like my belt is touching the timing cover. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a scraping on the timing cover. It looks like where my belt was scraping it. That's interesting. Figure out why it's doing that. More to come. Alright, I was having a problem with this, so I lowered the engine, as you can see. Popped those bolts out. Got the engine lower so I can get better access to these little buggers. And got them out. Now here's the weird thing. I was having a problem getting them out. I kept putting the socket on it, and the socket would pop loose. I thought I was stripping the bolt, so I stopped, tried a different socket. Well, I finally got around to all the other sockets, and here it turns out that I'd successfully loosened all of them. The thing popping off wasn't it popping off, it was it popping the bolts loose. So they're all hand loose now. So that's a good thing, so at least I'll get this little bugger off now. More to come. I might as well let it go until I get it off, you know. And let's pray this little bugger slides right off like it's supposed to. Okay. Yay! It popped right off. There's the keyway for that. Here, I'm guessing that's my timing mark right there. There's the cover and the timing gear. Tomorrow I'll have to get that one off so that I can change the crank seal. And we'll go from there. So now I start taking this off. Yay. Okay, now there are a lot of bolts holding this thing on. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bolts holding the timing cover on. Don't forget the one hidden right here. I missed that one. And also this one here in the center is actually a bolt. Mine was kicking wheel. I didn't even notice it for a bolt. Once we get off, there's my shredded timing belt. And my my cover's shredded too. Oh, I need a new cover. I'm not sure. I'm going to leave it off for now, of course, but yeah, I'm going to need a new cover. It's like all ripped up. I don't know if it ripped up from the inside, or it looks like it also ripped up from the outside here. But for now, I'll just leave it off. Go for more later. Wow. Yeah, that got pretty beaten up. Wow, that's old. It's got close to 200,000 miles on it, so change it before 150. And here's what the junk inside looks like. I think I might not have a leak in the cam seal, but I'm going to change it anyway. Where is... no, that's hard to turn. It's going to be interesting trying to line that up. Oh, someone said 17mm wrench. Oh! Hey, it wants to pop to certain points. Where the hell is the mark? Is that it right? Oh, there it is. Right there. How the hell are you supposed to line it up if it moves like that? What the hell? It jumps from position to position. It jumps to there, and then it jumps to there. Neither one of which lines up that with that. Oh, is that going to be interesting? This is the tensioner. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to change that. Oh boy, I guess we'll find out. Okay, I need to get this mark here to line up with this mark here. Problem is, it wants to move. And it does not want to stay right here. It wants to jump like that. So, I'm going to... Oh, there's two of them. I have the wrong one. Okay, I need the other one. Ah, there we go. Now it kind of wants to stay. There. Okay. That's because I had it on the wrong side. See, 2 holes on this side, just like in his picture. So that should be lined up here. Now I gotta do the bottom. Okay. There it is. Now where is the actual timing mark? That's it right there, isn't it? I do believe it is. And there's the timing mark there. Let's rotate it. Oh, wonderful, this one does that too. Okay. Oh, fucker. I don't want to stay. This I might need to remove spark plugs for. Alrighty, got a 13/16. Pop the spark plugs. Might as well inspect them while I'm in here. Huh? Right inside the doorway.
Don't break that.
Don't break what?
Don't let that drop because that bulb's like $10.
Yeah, no. Well, if I break it, I'll replace it.
Whatever. If you replace one myself, I dropped it.
And you can get them cheaper than that.
Walmart there.
$3.
Online?
No, $3 Walmart.
I bought one, it was $9.
Wow. Okay. Here's the timing mark. And here's the timing mark on the gear. They are now lined up. So top and bottom are now aligned. Now, let's put the belt on. Okay, got my brother, hot lamp, holding the tensioner adjustment, and now I'm going to put this on just like that. Okay, how do you get it on? Okay, that side is right, I think. I can't get it to tighten up any more teeth. Alright, Matt, I'm going to try to turn it. Did I lose that fucking wrench again? Okay, got it. Now I got this teeth on and the teeth on upstairs. You hold those teeth on. I'm going to try turning it to lock it in. Don't let it pop off, okay? Otherwise, huh?
It's still on.
Once I get it around enough, it should engage all the teeth. There we go. Alright, you can let the tensioner go. And we should be on. Okay. Okay, now what I want to do is I'm going to rotate it.
It should adjust it.
Oh no, the attention shouldn't matter, as long as the teeth are right. So I spin it around and see if it still lines up. Yeah, I think that was 2. Actually, I think that was 1 revolution. Okay, the bottom is still lined up. And top is still lined up. I got it, I think. Okay. I spun the engine around, and the timing marks at the top are still lined up, and the timing marks at the bottom are still lined up. So I should be good to go. Now I tighten everything back up and see what happens. Alrighty. I got this lined up, that lined up, and I couldn't get the belt fully on. So I knew this side was critical. So what I did was, I got this wrapped around, had someone hold this. I got it wrapped halfway around the bottom one and held the teeth in, and had someone else pushing it on the tensioner, and then I used a wrench and I rotated the crankshaft until the belt fully seated. And as long as it didn't jump any teeth, I'd be fine. Rotated the engine twice, both timing marks still line up, so in theory, I should be good to go. We shall see what happens when I put it back together. Alrighty, I got it put back together. I didn't put the water pump pulley or the alternator belt on. I just snugged down the crank pulley and replugged in all spark plugs just to see if it works, and it started right up and worked perfectly. The timing marks are still lined up. I'm good to go. So tomorrow I take it back apart again, and I should have the parts to replace the tensioner, replace the water pump, do the cam and crank seals, and to do the valve cover gasket, since I have to take that off to do the cam seal. The shiny stuff is the degreasing gel. I sprayed over everything. I tried to avoid spraying my belt, of course, but everything else I soaked with the degreasing gel and brake cleaner, so it'll clean up a little bit overnight, hopefully, and have the engine a little cleaner. And I will finish up tomorrow. But yeah, it starts up, runs great. And here we have the timing cover. I do want that. So the solution I think I've come up with is I'm going to cut this in half right here, and well, after I get a new one, and I'm going to glue alignment tubes on the back side of the timing cover and shafts on the other half, and I'll leave that bolt out since I believe that bolt is behind the water pump pulley. So the top will simply bolt in like it normally does, and then the bottom will bolt in like it does after I insert the alignment shafts together, so that it'll maintain a seal. And but I'll be able to do a timing belt in the field without having to remove the crank pulley, since that's the only reason you can't change it in the field, is you'd have to remove a lot more parts. If I could just pop this off and pop that off separately, then I could change a timing belt out on the road, you know, and get home without having to be stuck somewhere. I don't know what the hell happened here. I'm guessing as the timing belt failed, it began to chew away at the timing cover, push it out, and as it pushed out, it allowed the alternator belt to chew into the plastic a little bit.